Alright guys, I had to go get my stand so I could do this hands-free. So here's the carburetor I just pulled out, okay? And if you have one of these that have a screw, this is the PZ20, it's a 20 millimeter intake. Sorry, yep, it's 20 millimeters from left to right, that in diameter. So anyway, what you do is you open it up. There's going to be some gas. Let me go empty this out over here real quick. I'm just unscrewing it enough so the gas can come out. Okay. Back. The problem with these carburetors, even brand new out of the box, these are cheap Chinese carburetors. I think one of these brand new is about averages between 13 and 20 bucks. And you actually do get what you pay for. But anyway, it is what it is. There we go. So when you get this is the fuel bowl. This is brand new. Trying to get it here in the camera view. Okay. It's all clean. It's brand new. It's probably like 2 days old, and it was leaking fuel through the vent tube out of the box. So what I opened it up. Where's my little? I had a little wire thingy that helped me. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, for some of you who don't understand, the way the carburetor works is gas comes in. There it is. Gas comes into the inlet here, and it fills the bowl up to a point where the float will go up, and that will close the valve. That should close the valve that's right here to prevent any more gas coming in. And the problem that you were having is that for some reason the float is not closing the spigot per se. So we need to figure out why. So what I've done, I've already taken it apart and I already adjusted it once, and I'm almost there. And the way we adjust these PZ20 valves, carburetors, is you take the pin out. There's a little pin right here. That's why I needed. You can use like a little pin. You prick it from one side, and to pull this pin out. So there's that pin. And then carefully take the float off, and then you have this piece. This is this tip right here is rubber, and that goes into the tube. Focus, okay? There we go, autofocus. And that goes in this part right here, just like that. And that would prevent gas coming in by going up and down, okay? So the way to adjust these that I haven't seen the video yet, so this is why I'm doing this one. The way I adjust it, this tab here, let's see, zoom, there we go. This tab here is what I'm adjusting little by little, because too much adjustment in the down position, the float has to work more to close the valve, and too little adjustment, the valve would well, let's take a look. I don't remember now. All right, so here's an example. This one I adjusted. See how much it goes up. Okay, so mark it there. Take a note, and it goes up maybe a 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch. Okay. And listen, I put this little line in the fuel intake so you guys can listen to what I'm talking about. I'm going to blow in as if I'm gasoline, and you'll hear it close. Okay, there we go. If you heard that, and there you can see. Let's zoom out. That little pin closing. Okay. This is a broken, messed up. I messed this one up because this was the original, and I had to cut it to get the bolt. Anyway, piece of shit. Here we go. So let me adjust this piece a little bit more. You can actually adjust it on the fly. Let's see here. So what I do is go around the camera. There we go. Is I take a flathead and I push it down. This is the top part, okay? I push it down and I bend that tab, just a hair. See if you can see that tab right there. Okay. All right. So now if it's too much, you'll see what you could adjust it while put in here. If it's too much. Okay, we have to put the pin back in. Okay. Let me get this line. Let's try here. It's a little too sensitive. Is that because right now the problem I'm having is when it fills up, the bowl fills up, but when I fully accelerate, it drains some of the gas and it dies. So it needs more fuel to go inside the bowl. And in order to adjust that, okay, so right now you can see that that's my limit right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this down a little bit to raise the float up a little bit in place. There we go. Now, I guess that's about right. I'm going to try. So that's probably enough where I'm going to enough play there. So here, let's try this. When you're blowing in and when you hit 90, just about 90, it should close. It closed. So let's try this setting. If not, I'll have to take it out and push the float up a little bit more to bend that little tab again. Just a hair. Just work with it. It takes time just to get it just right. But that's the problem with these carbs, is that little tab is not adjusted just correctly if you're having issues. So let's put this thing back together and see what happens next. You don't want to tighten too much because this is cheap aluminum, and the threads, you can strip the threads pretty easy. So you just want to tighten one side, tighten the other so it gets snug. Just take your time with it. Okay. Okay. That's it. So let's try and see what happens with that adjustment, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go put it on and turn it on. Alright, I figured I'd just go ahead and record while I'm on camera. Easiest way is hit the throttle throttle cable back in. It only goes in one way, so no worries. Then you got this to deal with. Okay. Yeah, these ATVs, I mean, yeah, they're not cheap, but they're cheap enough for kids to learn on. I think this thing cost me about 800 bucks, give or take. And compared to a name brand ATV, I could go in the thousands. I mean, I looked before I bought this guy, which is why I bought it, because come on, because the name brand is about $2,000 to $3,000 range. Okay, come on. You don't want to cross thread this thing. This is the throttle cable. I'm having trouble pushing this down, getting it so lined up. There we go. Oh. There we go. I guess you can either fast forward. I'm going to just hand tighten that for now. Okay. The next thing is get this air filter in its place, because once you put the carburetor in, this air filter won't fit. Okay. Vent tube. Now, the spacer. Hold that in place. Get the one with the bolts. I'm already doing it by feeling. I don't want to bend over. I've done this so many times today, adjusting it. Okay, here's the bolt. Just get it started. Okay. It's a metric 10. Again, not too tight. I hope this fixes it this last time. We'll find out. As soon as it starts up, it shouldn't leak after a few minutes. If it leaks, you've gone too far in the adjustment where the float will keep letting gas in. Put the fuel line back on. Fuel line is on. Choke. Let's put some gas back in it. Not a whole lot, in case you need to take it off again. Just a little more. And this is just the fuel cap, and this is the spring to keep the hose from touching the engine. So here we go. Contact. of that brake. The bowl's trying to fill up with gas.